At the pantheon of greatness, legions of warriors rise above their equestrian chariots. The pursuit of immortality rewards sacrifice with unmitigated accomplishment. Those on the pinnacle will continue to claw towards the coveted praise and fruit. And for those for whom the bell hath tolled, it tolled opportunity.
Hello HWA fans watching on YouTube and Facebook. Skeeter Moxley coming to you from the home of the Free Preview Report, the city park, and the breakup capital of the world, Streator, Illinois. Let's be honest with ourselves. With all the crap I read in the newspapers and see from some of the teenage and adult youth, I don't know if you can put the words romance and serenity in the same sentence with Streator. A few good people I know have seen the relationships in the past month go down Cupid's crapper, whether it be because of drugs, profanity, or promiscuity, or a combination of all three. It goes hand in hand whenever you live in the ghetto. It seemed so nice in the beginning. A raggedy-haired burnout with mental issues, stab wounds pierced across his ribcage, and a Prince Albert in his pecan. Meets up with an oblivious high school dropout with a craving for Captain Morgan, cannabis, and Slipknot. They puff and pass, they drink their livers to cirrhosis. Next thing you know, in 9 months, unplanned parenthood and a lot of, well, the 7 dirty words you can't see on television. Furthermore, there are some complete loons out there who disrespect the entire estrogen race. Either vaginas have intentionally bypassed these poor ethically challenged dicks, or they've come across a theory that even I've begun to take to heart, and that is that all women were born wanting to bear children. In the life of the average adolescent woman, there are only 2 roads. Wait a good few years, get your life in gear, meet the perfect silver spoon soulmate, and engage in delightful sexual intercourse en route to the beginnings of a darling family. Or screw the waiting game, screw life aspirations, grab some dispensable, unprotected knucklehead, and throw it down doggy style en route to a life of blind immaturity and sleaziness as your children grow up, inheriting the lifestyle their bitch mother grew up in instead of wishing they were rather aborted. One of the HWA's signature free previews of the year is coming your way this Saturday. For the second consecutive year, we bring you Golden Opportunity. For every member of the hybrid roster, on a personal and professional level, Golden Opportunity is the chance to exceed all expectations and propel to superstardom. On any given day, that is definitely the case, but consider the magnitude of this year's edition of Golden Opportunity. For only the second time in HWA history, all 4 championships in the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance are on the line in a single afternoon. For the first time in HWA history, 2 of those championships are on the line in one match. For the second consecutive year, Golden Opportunity will feature its signature bout, the Golden Gauntlet, where any one of 8 men will receive the ultimate opportunity to attain HWA Gold. And lest we forget, there is a ground war between Chaotic Championship Wrestling and the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance. Carnage and pandemonium have been the order of the day ever since CCW's impact was first felt back at Total Eclipse. But since Ground Zero, the HWA side of the locker room has joined together to try and fight off the endless maliciousness from Jimmy Jack Daniels and friends. Golden Opportunity will be the latest setting for the HWA-CCW conflict to reach a breaking point. Out of the 4 matches that have been announced, 3 of them will pit the hybrids against the Chaotix. 3 championships are on the line in 2 of those confrontations. And also, don't forget the Golden Gauntlet match has potential for insanity as well. Of course, with insanity comes some incredible in-ring action, and that may be well stated in the Internet Championship match coming up at Golden Opportunity. While it does not have HWA vs. CCW significance, it does in fact feature 2 men who have risen to prominence since the beginning of 2012, and 2 men that love a good fight. Mike Houston will defend his Internet title against Jeff Hickman. Mike Houston will be making his 3rd Internet Championship defense this Saturday. He won the belt at Ground Zero, defeating Voodoo, The Freak, and Jeff Hickman in a 4 corners match. And ever since then, he has had to defend that title at every show. It is part of a new rule that was enacted by management months ago. The Internet Championship is the only title in HWA that will be defended at every free preview and Saturday Mayhem. It would take someone with a high level of adversity and consistency to be successful week in and week out as the Internet Champion, and Mike Houston certainly fits the bill. Already in Internet title bouts, he has defeated 2 former Hardcore champions in The Freak and Voodoo. A former Triple Crown champion in Sinister, former HWA champion The Diz, Mike Houston's own brother Kyle Cash, and the man whom Houston will meet this Saturday, Jeff Hickman. Jeff Hickman debuted at Spring Breakout and has wrestled at every HWA show since then. While his record leaves something to be desired, his desire to make it to the HWA's elite is very evident. He carries technical and submission skills and has quickly caught on to both fan support and establishing an experience factor, as he's had his crack at taking on some of HWA's former title holders and seasoned veterans. This is only his 6th match as a hybrid, but it is the 4th match in which there are title implications, and for the 2nd time, he's set to try to win the Internet Championship. Can Jeff Hickman slay the fabled balls-to-the-wall athletic prowess of Mike Houston and win his first championship as a hybrid? We will find out on Saturday. Speaking of Sinister and The Freak, those 2 men will team up at Golden Opportunity, waving the CCW flag as they take on the tag team champions, Kid Kia and Devastating Dane Dempsey. It really should be no surprise that both Sinister and The Freak are united by CCW. Even before the Chaotix made their way into the hybrid world, both Sinister and The Freak were, and still are, token examples of passive aggression. Both men have mean streaks. Both men have mouths. Both men were members of SOS. Sinister's tenure was more brief than Freak's, and I'm pretty sure both of them could easily take up cannibalism as a hobby. But what can't be ignored are the accomplishments that came with the attitude. Sinister was an undefined and Internet champion, as well as an inaugural co-holder of the Tag Team Championship and the winner of Prick of the Year honors at the Bumpies. While Freak won the Hardcore title a record 6 times last year, and did get 2 jaded fans to vote for him in the Bump of the Year and Fuel Efficient Hybrid of the Year categories, Sinister will look to repeat his tag title feat, while the Freak attempts to add to his championship resume. But the task will not be easy as they meet the longest reigning champions currently in HWA and the defending tag team champions, Kid Key and 3D, who have their own award resumes to fall back on. Both men were 2011's Tag Team of the Year, and 3D also took Newcomer of the Year and was 3 votes shy of Bump of the Year. 2 weeks ago, Key and 3D had to beat the clock. That was the tail end of their 30-day defense clause, as they made easy work out of the Brothers of Delusion Schizo and Asylum. Both men know what it is like to fend off hostility. They were part of the army that were pressed on tearing apart SOS in the latter half of last season. They're getting themselves into the war once more, and in the process, hopeful in retaining their Tag Team Championship at Golden Opportunity. Last year's Golden Opportunity event was remembered for many reasons. The weather that day was sunny but incredibly humid. Heat indices almost topped 110 degrees at the House of Hybrid. Of course, I made my HWA debut in the Revolving Door Lounge. Voodoo and Chaos tore each other apart in 3 stages of hell, and the HWA fans brought a bevy of weapons for Diz and Jimmy Jack. But last year's event gave way to a brand new match concept. Opportunity and possibly fate both come a-knockin' for many individuals, but one particular match gives a number of wrestlers the same chance to climb the ladder of greatness. It's the signature match of Golden Opportunity. We call it the Golden Gauntlet. Now, despite the fact that it is called the Golden Gauntlet, it is not a gauntlet match. It doesn't run in the structure of the gauntlet match we saw at Ground Zero last month, when Lotus had to face CCW in separate one-on-one increments. In case you didn't catch last year's Golden Gauntlet match or are unaware of the rules, here is a rundown for what the Golden Gauntlet matchup is all about. This match will be contested with a 15-minute time limit. The Golden Gauntlet is every man for himself. All 8 participants in the Golden Gauntlet will be competing at the same time for 15 minutes. At stake during this matchup is the Golden Opportunity briefcase. Possession of that case can change hands as many times as possible during the 15-minute period. Possession of the case can only change hands by a pinfall or submission. There are no countouts or disqualifications. However, all pinfalls and submissions must take place inside the ring. Nothing will count on the outside, only on the inside. Anytime during the course of the match does the keeper of the briefcase not have to be involved in a decision to lose possession. If you hold the briefcase, you don't have to be pinned or made to submit to lose it. Finally, the last wrestler to score a decision when the time expires will win the Golden Gauntlet and will possess that Golden Opportunity briefcase, which contains an instant HWA Championship match. The case can be cashed in at any time, but only until the end of the season, when the briefcase will be forfeited. There are 8 men in this year's Golden Gauntlet, up 2 from last year's match. As you know, Madman WK won last year's event, scoring 3 of the 6 pinfalls in the 15-minute time limit, en route to cashing in his briefcase 1 month later at Critical Condition and winning the HWA title. The field for this year's match looks like this. The freestyle fighter from Chicago, the Diz, the former HWA champion, who last year at Golden Opportunity pinned Jimmy Jack Daniels. Dustin Dynamite, only 1 win in 3 trips to the House of Hybrid. That 1 win in his debut over former undefined champion Icky Thump. The Freak, the only member of last year's Golden Gauntlet involved this year. The Freak is also joined by his fellow running mate in CCW, The Unknown. Jeff Hickman pulling double duty this Saturday, as is his internet title opponent, Mike Houston. The Silent Killer Lotus, who made a surprise triumphant return 2 weeks ago on Saturday Mayhem, almost a month after his abduction by CCW after Ground Zero. And finally, Kyle Cash, who has not won a match in HWA this year and has lost 6 straight. And being someone who doesn't like to avoid a good scoop, I had a chance to talk briefly with the 8 men in the Golden Gauntlet at Golden Opportunity 2 weeks ago on Saturday Mayhem.
I don't think it's really going to matter, Skeeter. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get it as much as I can. I don't care if I'm at 1% or 100. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight, and I honestly don't care if I walk away or not. I'm making sure that if I go, people are going. And I'm going to do the best I can and give everything that I have.
If he wins, I will hang up my microphone for good. Man, I'm sorry, but Jimmy Jack Daniels, really? Becoming champion again? You know what? He has a better chance at a big ink contest, real talk. Other than that, I don't really care for Jimmy Jack. He crossed my path once many times.
Last year you played second fiddle to Madman WK in SOS to make sure that he got away with the Golden Opportunity briefcase, which he did. This year, you're joined by The Unknown. Are you going to play second fiddle, or are you going to go for the gold?
I'm not playing second fiddle for anyone. What's that, some type of fucking fag reference for you? Seriously.
Second fiddle. Second fiddle.
Rogan. Better get your lesson started. I'm gonna hit you.
Second fiddle.
All fact is just an interview. Save your frustration with the tag match.
Either way, Madman was a bitch, Phoenix is a pussy, and I'm walking out with a briefcase. Will you help him if you can? No.
Before I go any farther, can I get some Hickman chants?
Hickman! 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 Hickman!
But here's my chance to prove myself. And I am fighting out to prove myself by winning this and going on to be the HWA champion.
Well, I'll tell you what, Skeeter. I've done I Quit matches. I've done Last Man Standing matches. I've done Iron Man matches. I've done 3 Stages of Hell. So I've done most every kind of match you could think of. So 2 matches working double duty, that's not going to be a problem. And as long as I have these fans behind me, I'm not going to stop.
Physically I'm fine. Mentally, I don't think anybody in this ring is ready for a golden opportunity.
Do I think I'm going to win this match? Look at me compared to everyone else. I have a title. You have nothing. They're all ordinary. I'm a superstar. I shine brighter than everyone else.
Here's right there the difference.
I came to the HWA for one reason, and that is to become the HWA champion. And when I win the Golden Gauntlet match, that's what's going to happen.
You mean the HWA chump? That's exactly what you're going to be.
You said I didn't win any matches. You said I've been losing. I'm a winner. You're a loser. Hold it. Oh! How'd that taste, boy?
Well, Armstrong, there you have it. In 2 weeks, we're going to see this. But this time, they're fighting for the gold briefcase.
I am just speechless after seeing Skeeter get knocked down. This is unbelievable, and the competitors are just going at it.
Look at this, got him up on his shoulders.
There we go.
Oh!
Military press.
Freak bomb on Hickman.
Get on now!
Cash is
Brothers
Houston.
fighting on the outside. And now Houston going after Freak.
With a big pump kick. Oh, super kick to Houston.
Oh, Lotus Theory on Dynamite. Hickman with the Demon Slayer.
Pure carnage everywhere.
I'm still experiencing lockjaw. Some people just don't take failure lightly. I hope you enjoy my gingivitis on your boot cash. As I mentioned earlier, for only the 2nd time at an HWA event, all 4 titles are on the line. But your Golden Opportunity main event will mark the first time 2 championship belts will be decided in a single match. The Hardcore title and the HWA title are both up for grabs between 4 men: Jimmy Jack Daniels, Genocide, Dimitri, and Madman WK. It has been a long 6-week build towards Golden Opportunity, and in particular this match, which was originally booked by Jimmy Jack Daniels as himself against Brian Phoenix for the HWA Championship. However, this dream match was put to rest when it was announced by Brian Phoenix that he suffered a separation in his right AC joint after taking a nighty-night from Madman WK during their match at Ground Zero. His injury is significant in that during Phoenix's time in CCW, he tore the rotator cuff in that same shoulder, and that put him out of action for more than a year and a half. With Phoenix reduced to a spectator's role as a result of his injury, he had no alternative but to vacate his HWA championship. With insincerity towards his fellow co-owner's health, Jimmy Jack Daniels requested he become the new HWA champion on the spot. Phoenix decided against it and that a replacement be in order to face CCW's mastermind at Golden Opportunity. A triple threat #1 contenders match was set between Madman WK, Genocide, and Dimitri. However, as was the case in the main events of Spring Breakout and Ground Zero, CCW interfered, resulting in another main event being called No Contest. Almost immediately, the hybrid contingent emptied the locker room, and CCW took a taste of their own medicine as HWA stood tall once more. But the question remained, who would be the one to face Jimmy Jack? Well, for this war, Brian Phoenix dropped bombshells.
I guess there's only one real decision. At Golden Opportunity, this belt will be defended in a fatal four-way.
What?
Whoa! Bombshell!
As an added incentive, since you won't stop sticking your nose in a business CCW doesn't belong in, the hardcore belt's on the line too.
Whoa!
Oh!
And just to make sure there's no more CCW shenanigans, there's gonna be a guest enforcer at ringside.
That's what I think of you.
Me.
Whoa! Bombshells galore! Jimmy Jack's out of here! So is CCW!
2 weeks ago on Saturday Mayhem, the fatal four-way opponents clashed in tag team action as Jimmy Jack and Dimitri teamed up against Madman and Genocide.
Oh, here we go!
And now it's a four-way!
You're a fan of mine, 4 men.
Madman and Dimitri! Now it's Jimmy Jack exchanging rights and lefts with both members of CCW. It's chaos! Oh, Jimmy Jack coming right in. Oh!
Forearm.
And the clubbing forearm! Another cranium dranium! Come on! Madman now!
He's looking to finish it off.
Do it! Do it! Do it!
What's he calling for? Oh, one more! Oh, turn it around! Whips Dimitri into Genocide! Total annihilation! Hook to the leg! Oh, and the finish to the fast count! But Genocide Madman win!
In 2 weeks, Jimmy Jack, they're not going to be chanting, why, Jimmy, why? They're going to be chanting, die, Jimmy, die! Die, Jimmy, die! Die, Jimmy, die! Die,
Jimmy Jack Daniels.
Die, Jimmy, die! Die, Jimmy, die!
You stand for it, Phoenix.
Whoa! Whoa! From behind! CCW!
More CCW! Oh, second again! Oh, Jimmy Jack loves Brian!
Of course, he has to stick his little mutt
Leon!
HWA. Because Jimmy Jack's a
Oh! Jimmy Jack! Sinister and the Freak taking care of dirty work! Phoenix is being choked out right now!
choking Brian!
HWA!
Wow! It's Lotus! Lotus, give out! Lotus! Taking a punch, Sinister and the Freak! Lotus!
Jimmy!
Lotus Freeze, there we go! Take him out! Take him out! Lotus lost twice to Jimmy Jack in a span of 3 months!
Up and away!
Genocide, whoa! Oh! Whoa! Lotus over Madman! Oh! Lotus and Madman! Take it! Oh! And the Freak getting thrown out!
Genocide kicks out Sinister.
We were questioning Lotus's aggressiveness earlier. Must have all came to a head. He's taken CCW out single-handedly.
Golden Opportunity heads your way this Saturday, June 16th at 2 p.m. from the House of Hybrid and Streeter. It is destined to be one of the most talked about events of 2012. It is certainly stacked from top to bottom. Make sure you are there with us to witness our world turn upside down yet again. Meanwhile, if for some reason you are not, able to be with us for Golden Opportunity, make sure you are a part of our online universe on both YouTube and Facebook to catch the show once it's available. YouTube.com/HWA Wrestling Online is the address for our YouTube channel. Every HWA show is available in playlist form for your convenience, and so will Golden Opportunity. YouTube's the only place you can catch HWA videos before they go up on Facebook, so make sure to subscribe. As for Facebook, our keywords are HWA Hybrid Wrestling Alliance. That's the only place to get any late-breaking news from the world of the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance. Just last week we surpassed 300 likes, and we want to thank each and every one of you for keeping up with us. We try to strive to be one of the top backyard wrestling companies in the world and online, even though glitches seem to happen every now and again. But we're human, damn it. We all make mistakes. And through it all, we appreciate your support and hope that it will influence us to become more seamless. I really don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They just voted for me. So I'm just going to say, from the City Park in Streeter, this is Skeeter Moxley for your Golden Opportunity Report. We will see you Saturday on 10th Street at the House of Hybrid.
That evil son of a bitch. You're neither with us or you're dead.
You got the bad luck of the draw.
I think it's good to have friends. One punch is going to take you out. I'm going to knock your head off.
But it's my turn to come in and sweep up the trash.
We do whatever we want.
It's a civil war! The floodgates have been opened!
I have the unfortunate responsibility to announce that I'm going to have to vacate the HWA title. This belt will be defended in a fatal four-way. The hardcore belt's on the line too. There's going to be a guest enforcer at ringside. Me.
4 men, 2 titles, 1 guest enforcer!
Someone's life's about to change, whether you like it or not.
Ever hear the expression bumpin' uglies? Life's ugly. Bump everything.
Little bit more line! Oh! Kiss! Oh! Hey, wait a minute! Oh! Gotten out! Oh! Headbutt on! Charge!
The HWA. Bump everything.
That looked painful.